Hey there, Chef Jeff here at White Apron Catering. Today we're going to make something fun for you. This is a good one to do with, bring the whole family in for it because you're probably going to want the help and it's fun to get everybody together. We're going to make some fresh pasta. I know it sounds hard, but it's really not. It's nice and easy and it's actually even kind of fun. I know my son likes it. Anyway, we're going to start with some flour. I've got a little all-purpose flour and a little of the semolina. Now this is something you can do all of the regular flour. You can do all semolina. I like the texture if I mix them. So I mix them about 50-50. I do about a cup of the regular flour and about a cup of the semolina and then a little pinch of salt. And then you're just going to kind of mix this in. Yeah, and you're going to combine it in real good later, so it doesn't have to be there. I'm just kind of getting it started. I find a little bench scraper or something works good. Any kind of pastry thing. And you're going to take, and you're just going to make a little hole right in the center. Make a little well. And this is going to hold your liquids. We're going to do a couple eggs, little touch of olive oil, and a little bit of water. So I do like 2 eggs. Oh, about an ounce or so of water. And sometimes, if you need to make your well a little bigger to hold everything, do that. And then a little touch of olive oil, maybe about a tablespoon. And then there, you're just going to go ahead and start mixing it up. And you can mix it right in that well. You don't even need a bowl. Stuff gets out, just put it back in. Right in there. And then slowly incorporate the flour into your mixture. Little bit by little bit. And you're going to get to the point where it's going to be a nice, you're going to see the dough starting to form. And that's what you're looking for. And kind of push it in because you're going to keep adding that flour in. Little bit by little bit. And once you get to the point where it's going to kind of stay on its own, then you're going to dig your hands right in there. And again, this is going to be one of those little bit of a messy things, but that's kind of fun sometimes too. All right. About that point, it's still sort of a sticky dough, but we're going to go ahead and just get in there and get it. This is where your little bench scraper is going to come in handy because you're going to want to incorporate as much of that flour as you can. See? We're just going to be mixing it all in a little bit at a time. And then once you can get the dough together, it's going to stay. You can sort of push some of that flour off to the side a little bit and then just add it as necessary. Any of the little pieces that stick on your fingers, go ahead and get back into the mix. Like I said, at this point, maybe if you got a little extra flour, kind of push it off. You're probably still going to need it. All right. And then here, at this point, you're going to want to, then we start kneading it in. You want to knead this, just kind of fold it and knead it, fold it and knead it. You're going to want to do that probably about 4 or 5 minutes. You're really looking for a texture thing. And you're looking for a texture that you want the pasta to be a little bit on the dry side, but it's going to be real smooth. So be like real smooth like fine skin. You do that, and so as you need more flour, just keep putting it in. You're going to want it to stay together, so you're going to keep kneading this. Knead it till it's nice and smooth. I've got one that I've already got started here, so we're going to... This is about how you're going to want it to look. See how it's nice and smooth? And then you're going to want to take this once it's all kneaded, and you wrap it up, let it sit and rest for about a half an hour before you're ready to roll it out. So while this is resting, I'm going to go ahead and get our pasta maker set up, our roller, and we're going to roll some pasta out. All right, we're back. We've got the pasta's all nice and rested, so it's ready to go. So let's unwrap that and see where we're at. And then I've got the pasta roller set up. I've had this little pasta machine for a while. I love it. It works great. Just a simple roller. And it just rolls the pasta out. It's got a little hand crank, and then it's got a dial on the front here that you can adjust the thickness. Start out with one and adjust it up from there. You're going to go as thin as you like it or as thick as you like it, so different things. And as far as cutting the pasta, a couple different attachments. You can get different ones. I've got this one that does fettuccine and an angel hair. This one does the linguine. I've even got one that does a ravioli makers, but I think for today we're probably just going to do the fettuccine, but we'll put that on later. So we're going to take our pasta, cut it into some manageable sizes, maybe cut it into like 4s. I'm going to take this and just start with a little disc and start on the first setting. And you're going to crank it through, and it's going to start forming into a little pasta sheet. If you find that it feels like it's a little sticky, some of that flour that we'd saved off from earlier that didn't get combined in there is still going to get combined, so you're still using that. And then progressively go up. And you're going to go up. I find I go up to about 3 on the first run. And then from there, just fold it over in thirds and then start back over at 1. You just have to do this the one time. And this is just going to get you a nice straight, even mix. And we go 1, 2, 3. I think at this point we're going to get a little more flour on there. Again, you're going to want it to be a little bit dry. We got 4. And I think we're going to do 5. I'm going to do that. And from that little piece that we started with, which is about this size, you're going to wind up with a pasta sheet that long. Now, I find what works best is if you take these pasta sheets, roll out all your pasta first. So you'll have all your sheets rolled out. And let those dry for a few minutes. Basically about as long as it's going to take you to roll out all the rest of your pasta. So, 10 or 15 minutes, you're going to see them. They're going to dry out. They're going to be a lot easier to handle. So now, and then we're going to make some pasta. So I'm going to go ahead and put our little cutter attachment in. And you can get different attachments. And this works the exact same way. You're going to take the pasta, take the sheet, and just feed it right through. And there you go. And there you have some beautiful pasta. Set them up in little nests. You let them dry out a little bit before you cook them. Pop these in the water. These are only going to need just a couple minutes in the water. They're going to cook super fast, but you're not going to believe how good these are going to taste compared to what you're going to buy. So I hope you enjoy this, and we're going to continue on with our pasta series here. Again, this is Chef Jeff from White Apron Catering in Lake Worth. Go ahead and like us on our videos. Go ahead and subscribe to the channels, and we appreciate you watching, and enjoy.